Maseches Chagigah daf Yud Gimel. The Gemara says, "Omer of Ami ein mosrin divrei torah lakum." Tosis asks, typically that's some food in the Gemara Sanhedrin that a goy that learns Torah is chayiv misa, and therefore someone that teaches him Torah is eiver on the issa of Lifnei eiver. And Tosis says it can't be referring to the Sheva mitzvahs b'nei noyach that they could learn, because in the Sheva mitzvahs there's a mitzvah to teach them Torah. Ein machshil that learns that could be referring to the Sheva mitzvahs b'nei noyach, and although it's a mitzvah to teach them the actual Sheva mitzvahs, they're not allowed to teach them the uimik of the timing of the Sheva mitzvahs. Ein Rosh that says a different teretz that after there was Omad v'hetirom and the Kadosh Baruch Hu was matir the goyim on the Sheva mitzvahs b'nei noyach, there is no longer a mitzvah for them to learn the Sheva mitzvahs b'nei noyach. Eine eiver that says that teretz to Tosis is kasha. And since it's mavur in the Gemara and Sanhedrin that the reason why there's an isser to teach Torah to a goy is because it's a gilzela from Klal Yisrael. So therefore, in a situation when a yid is teaching them Torah, so therefore he has a mind to give over the Torah to a goy, it's not also b'chlal, because it's if the yid is a partner in the Torah and he's giving a permission for the goy to learn Torah, so therefore it's not also for gzeila b'chlal. He says even though when you have two partners and one partner gives permission, the other partner does not give permission, it's still also because of gzeila. Over here it's different because the rest of Klal Yisrael is not losing out from the fact that this guy is learning Torah. Eine Sefer verse Yitzchak that says that the reason why Tosis didn't say like the Turi Evan is because Tosis understood that the Klal Yisrael has the Torah. It's similar to what the Rishbam says in Babasa Daf Kuf Chavov, that's Rishus of Tvuses Habayis, and one of the brothers can't sell his chelik of Tvus Habayis. And Bochanan in Kovet Shurim explains the understanding is because it's not like many partners in the Tvuses Habayis, rather it's like a Rishus Tziburi, it's like a Rishus of a Tzibur, and therefore it's not considered like each of the Shutfim have their own individual chelik where they could sell their chelik. So Yitzchak Srotskin says that's the understanding in Tosis, that Tosis understands that one of the Shutfim cannot give Rishus for the goy to learn Torah because it's a Rishus Tziburi, and each one of Klal Yisrael don't have an independent ownership like an item that's owned by partners. However, he does say that if the entire Klal Yisrael will get together, then it'll be okay. Ein the Oris on the Turi Evan Birchas Tzvi from Tzvi Einsteiner Shlita, the Rashiv in Baltimore, that's Meirich, and he says, you see, from the Turi Evan, that it's also for a goy to learn Torah because of the Isig Zela. It's mashma, it's Meshach Shayach, the real Isig Zela. And he says it's totally in tremendous machloikis hapoiskim if it's possible to be over the Isig Zela when one steals the Torah itself. He says the Chuvas Machan HaChaim writes that there's a shayla that a sofer that wrote Kisvei HaKodesh that he said over Chidushay Torah that was nisradish by others as if it was his own Chidushay Torah. And Machan HaChaim writes that he has halacha of a gazlan and a real gazlan because he stole the Torah that belongs to others. And he says it doesn't pass to say that it's like Zen V'zeloi Chosar, because over here, the fact that he's saying over the Chidushay Torah that was nischadish by someone else, they are makbid on the Chidushay Torah and doesn't pass Zen V'zeloi Chosar. However, the Ramshik writes that he doesn't have a real halacha of a gazlan the same way the Rambam writes Nilchas Tkei Shofar that if you tekeya with a shofar gozel, it's not considered a mitzvah haba b'havera because the kol shofar is ein by mamish. So the same way over here, when someone says over chidushay Torah that was neschadish by his friend, it doesn't pass isig zela because the chidushay Torah is ein by mamish. So the Birchas Tzvi writes that according to the Mamshik that there's no isig zela by stealing chidushay Torah. That the Gemara and Sanhedrin writes that if you teach Torah to go, you're over on isig zela. doesn't mean a real isig zela, like the Sefer Eimer Kamishpat explains. That's lav dafka the isig zela. In the same way, according to the other pshat in the Gemara in Sanhedrin, that's like boil nayim rasa. If a teacher goy torah, it's lav dafka like boil nayim rasa. So too gzela is not a literal gzela. So Quintus Birchas Tzvi says that if you learn that it's not a literal gzela, it doesn't pass the svara of the Turi Eben that one of the shutfim teach a goy torah, there's no isser, because since it's not a gzela mamish, it doesn't pass a heter by the fact that one yid is teaching a goy torah. And he continues and brings from the Briskerov that what's the understanding in that if you teach torah to a goy, or even is a gzela, in a situation when the owner doesn't lose, it doesn't pass the isser of gzela. So how could it be that when someone teaches torah to a goy, he's even isser gzela? So Briskerov says a tremendous chiddush that it's choluk b'yisoidoi the isser gzela by a goy and the isser gzela by a yid, although the isser gzela by a Jew is specifically when the owner is losing money at the time of the gzela. By a goy, even without the nigzal losing money, passes as exela. The actual maisa is considered exela even without a hefsid moment of the nigzal. Like it's mavur that a goy that steals a nefesh is exela even though there's no chesor moment by the nigzal. So when this Briskerov says that's the understanding why a goy that learns torah is considered exela even though there's no hefsid moment by the nigzal. Moving further on, Taisa says that someone that teaches torah to a goy, he's eiver Lifnei eiver machshil. The Minchas Chinuch and the Birkei Yosef ask a tremendous kasha from this Taisa on the shita of the Munah Shmuel that writes that the issur of Lifnei eiver machshil is specifically when the machshil is included in the issur that he is being machshil his friend. However, in a situation when the machshil is not included in the issur, this machshil his friend, it doesn't pertain to the issur of Lifnei eiver machshil. So the Achronim asked that Tzarech and Godel from Toys over here, that's Mavur, when a yid teaches a good Torah and the yid does not have an issur to learn Torah, Adarab, the yid is mechuyev to learn Torah, so how does it pass that the yid should be over in the issur of Lifnei eiver machshil? Eine Sefer Shari Chaim, in getting the answers that since the issur to teach a goy Torah is either because it's gzela or because boil nayim rasa, and the issur gzela and boil nayim rasa, a yid is mechuyev, so therefore it's considered that the yid is shayich to the issur that the goy is being over. And the ikar havana of the Emunah Shmuel, eine upon the Virgerov, and Achiezer that explained the understanding is that there's two separate halachas in the issur of Lifnei eiver machshil. We spoke out that there's one issur of Lifnei eiver machshil chaver be'etz she'negenes loy, and that's specifically when the nichshal doesn't realize that he's tripping and he's falling be'etz she'negenes. And there's another issur of Lifnei eiver machshil, which is a chelik of the actual issur when you machshil your friend with the issur. It's a chelik of the actual issur that the nichshal is being over, the machshil is being over when he's over Lifnei eiver machshil. And that's even if the nichshal is amazed when he's being over the issur, nevertheless the machshil is over Lifnei eiver machshil. And Sefer Bnei Chai, the brought in Pirkei Yosef, and the Chiezer answer the kasha that the Emunah Shmuel says that the machshil has to be b'chlal, the issur to be over Lifnei eiver is only when he puts the issur in front of the nichshal. However, if he actually feeds the dvar issur to the nichshal, that's like sachilum, and it's nigma the issur at the time that he gives the dvar issur to the nichshal, then even a situation when the machshil is not included in the issur of the nichshal, nevertheless there's an issur mesuyim of Lifnei eiver. So when a yid teaches a goy Torah, it's nigma the issur right away. So therefore, even though the yid is not b'chal the issur, he's over Lifnei eiver machshil. Moving further on, Taisa says that the reason why there's no ifsa of Lifnei eiver machshil when one teaches a goy Torah is even when the goy can learn Torah by learning from a goy. Minchas Chinuch says that's mashma from this Taisa, like the Yisod of Mishnah Malach that says that the issa of Lifnei machshil is only when the machshil cannot get to the issa himself. Then, if you machshil your friend, you eiver Lifnei machshil. However, in this situation, when there's another yid that could give the machshil to your friend, and you go and you give the machshil to your friend, the fact that someone else could have been eiver Lifnei machshil doesn't make it considered like trei avid nara, since the only way that he will be machshil is if your friend would be eiver Lifnei machshil. And Minchas Chinuch says that's muchach, like the Mishnah Melech in this Tosfos, because Tosfos says specifically that the goy could learn Torah with a goy teaching him Torah, and not with a yid teaching him Torah. Why couldn't Tosfos say that another yid was there to teach him Torah? So you see, if another yid was there and available to teach the goy Torah, that would not make it that the other yid would not be eiver Lifnei machshil. I understand Peristena that says it's mashma from here that a goy doesn't have the issa of Lifnei machshil. Only a yid has the issa of Lifnei eiver. I understand from Michael Feinstein that asks why, by the fact that a goy was available to teach the goy Torah, therefore there's no isser. Doesn't make a difference. The Maisa, he came and taught the goy Torah. So he says that specific svara. Over here, when you're teaching a goy Torah, and to teach a goy Torah, there's no isser arvis. However, in any isser, the machshil Chaveri Yisrael that's b'chlal arvus, you'll be eiver even in a situation he could have gotten the isser in a different way.